You're listening to the CLE Show.
Hi, and welcome to the CLE Show Rock Review. I'm your host, Jay. This week, we dip our toe in the water of our neighbor Canton's local music scene and find out how a grassroots movement there to promote live music is gaining some momentum. We'll obviously also be featuring artists and bands from the Akron, Canton, and Massillon area. Stay tuned. But first, here's some events that I think should be on your calendar. Speaking of Canton, Lindsey Buckingham has announced a stop at the Canton Place Theater on November 26th. Tickets are on sale now. Local party band Guggy, along with other artists like Ray Flanagan and Gretchen Plouffe, are putting on a little awareness concert for the Yellowstone Grizzly at Callahoo Cafe on Waterloo Road in Cleveland tomorrow, Sunday, August 26th. The whole reason behind that, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has removed the Yellowstone Grizzly from the Endangered Species Act protections. And according to the Washington Post, Wyoming has voted unanimously to approve the state's first grizzly bear hunt in over 4 decades. So those attending the concert can sign a petition to help reverse this. Love Muffin Palooza kicks off September 6th, 7th, and 8th with local performances hosted at Wilbert's Food and Music, Grog Shop, and Mahal's, respectively. Carlos Jones, the Whiskey Hollows, Sweepy Heads, Michael McFarlane are just some of the acts playing at this 3-venue event, with all proceeds benefiting the Gathering Place, which provides a wide variety of free programs and services for those individuals and families coping with cancer. Sense of Purpose celebrate its EP release, Mend, at the Foundry Club in Lakewood on September 8th. They'll be joined by other locals, Titans in Time and Falling Captive, among others. Sarah Arafat and Meg and the Magnetosphere and more are at a fundraising concert lineup for Empower You at the Happy Dog on Detroit Avenue on September 15th. Empower You is an event planned in mid-October with the objective of discussing education and inspiring feminist community and making positive connections in our community. The Delta Sound Lab is running an intensive 6-week course on music production at Cleveland's Midtown Tech Hive starting September 29th. You can go to their Facebook page or www.deltasoundlabs.com/edu for details. Festa Gervasi Festival and the 720 Market is happening on September 30th in Canton at the Gervasi Vineyard. Enjoy the day of grape harvest-inspired family activities, live music, food, as well as a full menu of dining at the Gervasi Bistro and Crush House. The live music starts there at 11:30. And this guy, Johnny Neiman, will be at the Buzzbin in Canton on October 22nd. Here's a track from him. It's called Clockwork Back.
Conversation, walk this whole damn city without a destination. Take the highway exit down to the next state line. In between the thoughts and dreams, ignore the faded signs of faded signs. Faded signs. The faded signs. That means in life they free some cheap and so journal love and sleep, but preferably autonomy. Is this where you wish to fucking be? Let's sit in
Okay, we're joined by Jared Sparks, the event manager of Arts in Stark. Thanks for joining us, Jared.
Absolutely, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Arts in Stark has been supporting the local arts in Canton, like the Canton Ballet, the Symphony, and the museum. How is it now supporting independent live music in the city now?
Live music in Canton has always been a big deal. We've just never really marketed for that. We market downtown Canton a lot for just all that there is to do. So you have a lot of restaurants, and you have a lot of bar scenes, and a lot of just art galleries that you can go into and enjoy, and it's an experience for everyone. However, we did notice that there were a lot of venues, whether they were Grapes in a Glass, which is a wine bar, or the Oracle, which is kind of like a more club scene, that they were having live music consistently almost every weekend. So what we did, the Oracle, which is one of the venues in the Music Block, went from up on 6th in Cleveland, and they moved down to 2nd in Cleveland, which now made 7 venues within 2 blocks that had consistent live music. So we at Arts and Stark decided to take this and run with it, and we, with the help of Mike Nisvedi from Buzzbins, turned it into the Canton Music Block. So now 2nd to 4th Street on Cleveland Avenue is the Canton Music Block, and you'll see live music every single weekend.
So how many local businesses in Canton are investing in live music?
I would say upwards of 12. Within the Canton Music Block, we have 7. So if you come to the Canton Music Block, you have Cork and Canvas on 3rd, which is a dine-in restaurant and wine bar sort of place. And then you have the Oracle, which will be opening at the end of this month now that they've moved, which is more of a club bar. Then you come up and you have George's, which is known for their burgers. And they have a full bar as well, and they have live music. Fronimo's downtown has a lot of appetizer-type food, and now they're going to have some music as well. Buzzbins, which has been there for years and always has live music, they were kind of the starter with all of this. And then if you go on the other side of the street, you will have Lupi, which is a very upscale restaurant who has pianists play a lot. And then Avenue Arts Marketplace and Theater, which is actually a 2-story gallery of 60 different local artists. And then we have a theater in the lower level, a black box theater, and we also have live music, either outside or if the weather is a challenge, then we move them inside to our little open area inside. So we have 7 music venues within those 2 blocks. However, we have multiple different bars and restaurants around downtown Canton that surround us that we also help promote through this Canton Music Block, saying that they're nearby us and that they're also promoting live music. So stop here and then go there and make it an experience for the weekend.
So what sort of feedback have you been getting from these local businesses that are participating in the Canton Music Block so far?
They are seeing a lot of growth and they're really willing to jump on board with this, even if they're not specifically in the Canton Music Block. The nearby restaurants and bars are sending me their schedules for months ahead of time and sending me pictures of the musicians they're booking so that I can help promote them and that they can jump on the bandwagon because they see that this is taking off and that this is becoming a great way for people to come to Canton, especially if you're not from Canton. If you're coming from outside and you're realizing, oh, I can spend the weekend and listen to some really cool musicians and eat some really good food, they're really understanding that this is a huge thing, and they're definitely jumping on the bandwagon to help it out.
So are there any plans to expand it beyond this sort of geographic area that it is now?
As of right now, there is no plan to expand it. We want to keep it contained to these 2 blocks, brand these 2 blocks, and we're working on more ways to light it up and make it big and make it so you turn onto Cleveland Avenue and you know you are in the Canton Music Block. So that's one thing we're really working towards. But at the same time, we understand that there's so many lucrative businesses around here that are doing the same exact thing that we're trying to do, and we want to help them as much as they're helping us, because the more that they book their musicians, the more people come, and then the more people get to experience downtown Canton at its finest.
And when I looked at the Facebook page that you have for the Canton Music Block, there's just such an eclectic mix, really for everybody. Jazz, blues, rock, metal, punk, anything you're into, you're definitely going to find it there. So tell me, how can people sort of support the Canton Music Block and what Arts in Stark is doing?
I would say just honestly come out. The Players Guild, the symphonies, the ballet, just coming to these different venues, going to the different art galleries that are down here, seeing a theater production, seeing a ballet, all of the above. If each person came down here for just one thing and then got to experience another thing and another thing after that, and just got that experience, that's what we're looking for. And that's I think the best way to support what we're doing, is to just come experience it with us.
Fantastic. So people check it out. It's the Canton Music Block on Facebook. You can see all of the events that are being hosted in that area there, as well as please check out artsinstark.com, where you can find out more about this organization, its programs that it runs, and the events, and also how to donate to this good cause. Thank you so much, Jared, for coming on the show. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
That was Night Goat from Canton with Suture Me. You can see them in Akron at Annabelle's on October 12th and at the Buzzbin in Canton on November 16th. Actually, it's quite scary that I'm talking about dates in October and November, but there you go. Next, we have Nate Lupi. He's a representative for the Northeast Ohio Blues Association and performed at the 2018 34th Annual International Blues Challenge in Memphis, Tennessee. He was also recently voted a 2018 finalist in the Lee Ritenour Six-String Theory competition, which was voted by some famous musicians such as Joe Bonamassa. You can catch him regularly in Canton, including September 7th at the Arrowhead Vintage and Handmade Goods and September 14th at Toddy B's. Here's a track from him called That's the Way Life Goes.
You call my name, on the telephone, itching for an answer, but I can't get home. And I'm feeling slow down. Keep walking in the distance, baby. That's the way your life goes. You stood at the door, waiting for me. I didn't waste any time to see. And I'm feeling slow down. Keep walking in the distance, baby. That's the way your life goes. I knew you'd be angry at the things I'd say. I just knew it was all a game. And I know it was real. Keep walking in the distance, baby. That's the way your life goes.
I'm about to tear it up and rock this party and say, yeah, that sounds tight. I'm about to tear it up and rock this party and say, yeah, that sounds right, sure. I'm about to turn it up and rock the speakers out loud enough that the walls will fall down. I'm about to tear it up and rock this party and say, yeah, 'cause that sounds tight. And I know that you're gonna love this sound. Whoa. The mystic roots guide me with their inspiring creation. And I know that you're gonna love this sound. Whoa. I'm about ready to wear out this Juliet. I'm about to tear it up and rock this party and say, yeah, that sounds tight. I'm about to tear it up and rock this party and say, yeah, that sounds right, sure. I'm about to turn it up and rock these speakers out loud enough that the walls will fall down. I'm about to tear it up and rock this party and say, yeah, that sounds right. sexy lips blowing smoke from an empty gun. Pop, 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 she unloaded, bullet after bullet. And you know that I just can't control it. Don't bury me in the sand. The sweet waves are waiting. Don't bury me in the sand. The sweet waves are waiting. Don't bury me in the sand. The sweet waves are waiting. Don't bury me in the sand. The sweet waves are waiting. And I know that she's got a lovely sound. It's golden. It's sexy lips blowing smoke from an empty gun. Pop, 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 pop. She unloaded, bullet after bullet. And you know that I just can't control it.
That was Stimpy's Revenge, a reggae rock band from Massillon, Ohio, with Rock This Party. And that's it for this week. Big thanks to Arts and Stark, and of course, highly encourage you to go check out the Canton Music Block and support those local businesses that are in turn supporting our local music scene. To play us out, we have Wake Magnolia, a two-piece alternative band out of the Akron area. They have recently put out an EP called Smile Anyway. This is one of the tracks called Echo Sorry. You can definitely sense their influences and comparisons to Alice in Chains in this track. They'll be performing at the Musica on September 14th, along with some dates in Kent in September and October. As always, thank you for listening and have a good one.
Smile.